What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Volatility trading here, otherwise known as Vesh or Tim, whatever you would like to call me. Vincenzo, what's going on, man? The stream element spot is running. I should go catch it. GDT has a Guma. Her name is Twitch. I never seen her, but I heard things. Well, not everyone can, be on the same path. Some people need to find their own path, and GDT found his over on Twitch. That was pretty cool what he did at the end of his stream. Had some fog and some disco lights and stuff. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Callan in the house. What's up? Yeah, where's Steve at? Good evening, Blue Chips. So, pretty cool little Friday night live stream that we're doing tonight. I'm going to be going over the month of July. I almost said June, but I can't believe that the end of July is already upon us. And we're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing going into the month of August, as well as our giveaway. We are, in fact, going to be doing the giveaway tonight for the ISW scanners and the TraderSync journal, which I already have the winners. I have not told them yet. They are going to find out live if they are here. We will be doing that around 9:15, I think, is when I'm going to kind of shoot that out there. I'm pretty sure one of the guys that is going to be winning is not here, or might not be here. So we'll see. We'll see. But other than that, I hope everybody is having a good day. Hopefully we had a good week trading. My kids are being an absolute pain. I was running the minute late because my kids didn't get their full daddy cuddles tonight because they were taking forever, and I had to come get everything set up. So the RGB, yeah, we can do that, I guess. Let's see. Probably have to turn off the other lights. There we go. Got a little RGB going up in here. It probably would be best if I got rid of one of these lights too, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Is that one? Get the fade going. Get the full RGB effect going. Let's go. Oh, fancy. Fancy. It doesn't do very well with this lighting, though. I wonder if... I don't know how to... I guess it depends on the color. Yeah, I'm not a big fan because it messes with the webcam trying to adjust. It's probably gonna look a little funny. I don't really know how to. I don't think we can fix that. Just gonna have to kind of deal with it because the camera's trying to auto adjust as the color changes, so you can like see it on my forehead a little bit when it does that. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll leave it. I like it. I like the RGB down there. Keeps you guys a little occupied. But I'm not trying to be a rookie. I don't think that's something you can fix unless you have... I mean, I thought the lights would actually fix that, but I guess not, because it's trying to pick up the colors in the background there. But I'm gonna get some music pumping in here. Let's do that. Can you even hear that? According to the there we go. Oh, that might be a little too loud. There we go. The dungeon look, or well, yeah, no, I agree. All right, so let's go over our 3 trades from today, and then we'll jump into TraderSync real quick, and then we'll do the giveaway. So MRIN, this was our first trade. Some previous resistance there and there. Let's take a look at the daily, see if we're looking at anything on here. So we had a line here. Let's take a look at the 60. So let's see, 60. I mean, not until you got higher, which, I mean, we did end up getting there. Let's see. Got one there, there, there. That should be good enough. Let's see what we got. All right. You see, there was a line there, there was a line there, and a line here. Try to respect them for the most part. So ideally, this came up off the scanner. I got a nice little pop up towards that $8 area. It didn't quite want to go through, and we noticed it. So we decided to jump in short. And we got short 785. Actually, we got short 785 before it made the run to 8 because it felt like it was done there. Got filled, tried to go to 8, did not. And we had an order at 58. And we actually dragged it up to 61 at one point and then lowered it back down. I think it was at 57. We dragged it up to 61 for like a split second, and then we dragged it back down to 58. And as you can see, no matter where we put that order, if it was below 62, we were not going to get filled, which is frustrating. We just missed it. And there was, I want to say it was 61, and it was all in the same candle, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But if you go back and watch the live trade, it got down to 61. 60 was on the bid at one point, and our order was sitting at 58, and it did not go through 60. Got bought up, basically kept getting rejected at the 80. And I said, once I saw it go through 80, I hit the button, and we took it off there at 83. So that was frustrating. Could have been a good first trade. We ended up making $1 and some change on it. But then it decided to keep running. And as you can see, previous resistance here, made a nice little move back up through 8 and gave us that nice little pop up towards that 830 area. And we decided to get short. We had to wait this one out a little bit, but ultimately it did end up coming back down to test that previous resistance. We were a much smaller share size on this one, so we were a little bit more patient with it. And we were a smaller share size because I felt like this one could go up through 850, and we wanted to be able to scale into this one if it did. And I would have been happy to. It would have been a nice move, but that is not what happened, and it just worked. Came back down to the previous resistance. We took it off. As you can see, it tried to use support there and go higher, all that, fun jazz with the technicals. Our other trade today was on IFMK. This one was a good one. It was a fun one. This is the line we had drawn here. Let's see on the daily if there was anything. Pretty good line there for sure. Another one here. Let's see, is this one really line? Yeah, it lines up there a little bit. We got right here, and then we got here and here as well. Even tried to use it as support a couple times here. So let's check out the 60 just in case. See if we missed anything. It does look like there's a pretty solid line right here, 145. All right, so it looks like everything was above that for the most part. So let's head back over here. So that 164, pretty nice. Came up, as you can see, if we do scroll in here, you can see it did try to respect this first line here. Didn't really respect this one at all, this 150. It actually just blew through 150. That's why I was interested. It was actually chilling at this 155 area, and that was actually why we ended up starting it here at 157, because it was chilling at 155, and then it finally pushed. It went to 160 and was struggling, and that was why we ended up hitting it. And this was the halt price. We actually ended up top ticking this. 168 was the high. Our order was at 168, and it was going to halt, and I felt very okay with that because there was no real pullback yet. This was the fifth candle of the volume out of nowhere. So I was very okay that this wasn't gonna, because especially a dollar stock, if volume out of nowhere is gonna take control and go into a halt, it's not that big of a deal for me. Because I'm just going to miss it because it's probably some kind of news, buyout, whatever it is. There's going to be a reason that on that first candle, there's volume out of nowhere and it goes straight into a halt. If a dollar stock has volume out of nowhere and does not go straight into a halt, it takes 5 candles to get to the halt price. I feel very confident that we're probably not going to, gap up to like $3 or whatever. So as this was going into a halt, I hit the button, assuming that we might even get a gap down because it was kind of struggling to get to this point. Like, it would pop, but there was a lot of selling pressure at the same time. But fortunately, we didn't even have to wait. We hit the button, and then like a couple seconds later, it didn't halt and shot down. And we got our first fill right below our first entry, and we put another one right there under 150. Broke 150, and we got filled at 148, and that ended up being a really good trade. So I was pretty happy with that trade there on IFMK. Only those 3 trades today. It was very unfortunate because we're lacking some good opportunities like this. I mean, these are the trades that we're looking for, and we're just not getting many of them. I mean, taking a look at MRIN, I mean, this is kind of grindy. It was, I wouldn't say a forced trade, but I mean, these are the kind of pops that we're looking to trade at the moment because that's kind of all the market's been giving us. And again, like here, like, I mean, look, that wasn't really that far extended, but there's just nothing else to trade at the moment. So kind of having to work hard for our money. If we could just trade ones like IFMK all day long, it would almost be kind of easy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So let's pull up TraderSync. We'll go over the rest of the week here. I was just taking a look at my entire trading career a little bit earlier. Let me just the last 7 days. See the quick summary here. So Monday 31.50 combined after Tuesday 82.56. So we're a little behind. 114.57, 164.53, and then by Friday up to 193.99. So if we wanted to scale up, we would have needed to get to that $250 for the $50 a day average. As you can see, 100% win rate this week, profit factor infinity, and yeah, it was good. So average return 1386. If we pull out our calculator, our 50 divided by 3 is 16.66. So the fact that our average winner was 1386 with, how many we had? One. I thought there was a second one. I think no, I guess not, because it would be in here. I thought there was another one that was close to break even, but maybe there wasn't. Maybe this BTBT, we took a decent chunk off and then we took the rest to break even or something. But the 16.66 is what we were aiming for per trade, because then within 3 trades, we'd be able to hit our goal during the day. But, so we didn't quite get there, 1386, but we only took 14 trades. So if we take 250 divided by 16.6607, that would be basically 15 is what we would need to average, or that's how many trades we would have needed at that 16.6666. But if we take the 250, why is this not working? Did I hit numlock? Yeah, I did. 250 divided by, what was it, 13.86, it would have taken us 18 trades. So if we could have got just 4 more trades this week, we still could have hit our $250 goal if we were averaging that 1386 per trade. So it just goes to show you, it doesn't take that many trades to get to where you want. So if I could only need to take 18 trades in a week, that is what, a little over 3 a day, 3.6 a day, which is nothing. Back when the market was hot, at the very beginning of the year, I was taking 7, 8, 9 trades a day sometimes. So if I can be averaging even a little bit less than what I need to, but I'm taking twice the amount of trades, I'm going to be doing just fine. So it's just a matter of, the market picking back up a little bit and going from there. Jag, what's up, man? All right, so on to the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. I'm going to go bring my YouTube page over here. I'm going to go to the giveaway page. What was that noise? Did you guys hear that? Like that, I don't even know what it was. Noise? I have no idea what that was. Huh. Oh, here it is. I know what it was. Oh, maybe I'm gonna do something fun with you guys right after this. Do I ever tag the trades? That's actually a really good question. Let's take a quick peek at that. I used to, but all of my trades are the exact same now, so I don't really have to. And the reason I don't is because if at any point I want to go back and test something, I can just go back and, I'll have a clean slate. I don't have to delete anything. But like you'll see, I used to track all kinds of different things. I used to just do plain 1-1-2, descending triangle, ascending triangle, stop at hive day, backside para, 1.5R, when I was doing fib stuff, looking for 1R profit, fake out breakout entry, stop at HOD, hive day on leftovers, stop at break even, 2R max, 0.5. I used to do, I put in some homework. I do a lot of homework. And hopefully it shows to the point where you guys may want to do some homework as well. But currently, no, I don't tag, but I used to. And if I ever want to go back and back test something, I'll do that. The last time I did, though, I will go back. Like I will put, because you can do multiple traits. So like I would just have like done my study, and I would go in here and click this, and it would, click everything. And you can hit select all to get literally all 733 trades. And then you can remove setups. You can, you can do all those kinds of things. So that was what I did the last time. That's why there's no tags on them. Just because I just like to keep it clean, because I'm not really doing anything that is needed. So that's me eating, crackling. That noise. Okay, Thomas. That red is like really red. That's kind of crazy. So I was actually, I don't want to say disappointed, but I was disappointed. I had 107 views on this video. I kind of hyped it up for quite some time. Some of my normal videos get more views than that. Like my streams every day, they get more views than that. Usually a day or two, which my recap videos have been kind of dwindling, which is kind of weird, but for whatever reason. But yeah, I was kind of sad. This didn't really get a lot of views. I was kind of intrigued by that. I didn't really I advertised it kind of every time I remembered to do it, but neither here nor there. I guess that's good for the people that entered. But I believe, Colin entered for the scanners, Nick for the scanners, Constantine was for TraderSync, Oliver was for the scanner, Felipe was also for the scanner, and then we had Jag, Brad, and David just kind of supporting the giveaway and whatnot. So I had 3 one-year TraderSync journal giveaways, but only one person entered for those. So Constantine, that one's an easy one. You're going to go ahead and get the full year of TraderSync, and I congrats for that. I'm actually really excited for you because I know how crazy you get with your journaling. So hopefully this will be maybe a little modern approach versus the Excel sheets that you use, and we'll see how it does for you. As far as the ISW giveaway goes, I was reading through all of these, and it came down to 2 guys. Those 2 guys were Colin and Nicholas. And now that I see Oliver's here, oh, well, there you go. Well, Oliver, I didn't pick you anyway. I hope, well, Oliver, I did pick you, but since you're giving it away, I appreciate that. But no, it did come down to Colin, and it came down to Nicholas, and it really hit home with both of them as far as where I was in my journey, and it really sucks that I can only pick one. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one more free week from Brian for the runner-up because I feel that both of you can really benefit from this, and I want to do my best to make sure that I don't leave anyone hanging for the most part. And that's awesome that Oliver already got it. Oliver, do you just while you're in here, how have you been liking them? Do you have any positive things to say, et cetera, et cetera? But yeah, the winner of the ISW scanners, I guess it is being a winner, but the person that I chose is Colin. And Colin, I want to say congratulations. I really do think that you're going to get the best out of this. Nicholas, I'm going to get you 1 week as well for the first week of August. So I'm not going to leave you out there hanging. We're going to get you in there for at least a week. But Colin, you're going to have that thing for a full month. So congratulations. I'm really excited for you to be in there. Take advantage of it, man. Seriously, take advantage of it. I messaged you on Discord a little bit ago. I'm going to message you again with the stuff that you need for the month. And I really hope that you take advantage of this. Like, I know that you can, because it's gonna be a month that you can do a lot. You can do a lot in 1 month. Especially Brian, literally just today was his last day trading the FOMO Profit account. So I think he's gonna have a little bit more time to dedicate to the room a little bit. So it's almost like perfect timing. So definitely take advantage of it. Oliver, yes. I will go ahead and give you one of the free years of TraderSync. Not a problem, my man. I had them to give away, so yes, sir. Does anybody else want one? I mean, I feel bad just not using them. They gave them to me to give away, so might as well use them. Oliver, message me on Discord. And message me with your email. I think you have to go on TraderSync and make an account, and then give me the name and email address that you used for the account, and then I will get you guys set up. Jag, if that's a sure, do the same thing, and we'll go from there. Yep. Yeah, just go make an account, Oliver, and we'll go from there. Colin, let me get you. I have the info already. I'm going to message it to you real quick. All right, so we got Oliver, Jag, and Constantine are the winners for the TraderSync Journal. And we have Colin, who is the winner of the ISW scanners. I love it. Let me get Colin this real quick. And then we're going to go over the month real quick of July. And I was hoping GDT was here so I could kick his ass in poker again. All right, let's drag this back over here. Let's drag this back over here. All righty. Yeah, so let me actually message Cons as well for when he wakes up. Where's his... Where's his Discord? Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, I skipped right over it. Alrighty. So yeah, Jag messaged me with that, Oliver messaged me with that, and I just messaged Cons and Colin. I got you squared with the ISW stuff. So hells yeah. All right, cool. Let's go to the month of July. Let's see, it's not included, so we gotta click because we don't want the 30th of June. And yeah, so pretty good win percentage. Profit factor's not bad, but we had that one big old loss right in the heart of the month, or not in the heart, but towards the beginning of the month. It was a max loss day. GLOP got us. We got back in GLOP, and as we were back in GLOP, we got into DSST, which we should have never been in, and that thing just went bananas. And it's actually a really good example of why a max stop, a max sauce is what I've been calling it. Your max loss is in place, because I don't know why the chart's not loading, but I wanted to show you the chart. I don't think I have the chart itself, and I don't think I was live when I took this trade. I think I had already gotten off because I was pissed off about the other GLOP trade. Let's see. Because the other GLOP trade, this is the one that I kind of stormed away, and then I tried to revenge trade it. And as you can see, that was even. But then the original plus, I was in the other DTST trade, is what ended up causing me to hit my max loss that day, which ended up not being a good day. I was hoping the chart would load. Yeah, I remember I left after that first glop trade because I was pretty pissed at how I traded it. There we go. Okay. So the trade what the heck? I have no idea how to use TradingView. There we go. Why is this? I guess I just gotta scroll. Okay. So come on. What is going on here? I guess I can't scroll over any further. Can I go? All right. So there was a line here. How do I draw a horizontal line? Oh my god. Apparently I need to work on how to draw on this trading view. So, all right. So good enough. Oh, all right. I guess you gotta double click. So clear, you know, it was a decent trade, but where I messed up is I tried to add to the winner, and when I tried to add to the winner, look at it. I really wish I could zoom in. Is there a way to zoom in? Oh, there we go. No. It's pretty frustrating that I can't zoom in further. Maybe if I go to 2 minutes. Chart data updated, but now I can't move it. What is going on? I was using the scroll wheel, but it wouldn't let me go in closer. Oh my. I'm just trying to get it so you can see that it tried to pull back, and I added to what I thought was adding to a winner to come down and try to test a previous resistance, because I was trying to make back my win from glop, or loss from glop, because I was revenge trading at this point. But it failed and it went higher. And instead of cutting at high of day like you would normally see me do when I'm in the right mind space, I ended up adding, assuming it was going to be a fake out breakout. But at the same time, I was in that other glop losing trade, and then this one went up high enough to where when it tried to pull back here and didn't, I actually cut half of my position, and then it went a little bit higher, and little did I know I was that close to my max loss already. Then this was the broker stopping me out on that second one. So had it not been for that, look at what it did after that. And if I was still being emotional, who knows what could have happened, right? And then what if it kept going? You know, what if it kept going? I believe GLOP did keep going, if I remember correctly. But this is the point that I'm trying to make, is what ended up just being a max loss that day and getting shut out from the broker ended up being something recoverable. And I say it all the time, don't ever let one trade define your career, because if you start letting one day or one trade define your career, you know, then you're going to be shit out of luck, because you don't have any kind of actual risk management. I don't know what's going on with the charts right now. I was scroll wheeling in. Yeah, I mean, look how carried away I got on this thing. Just clearly wasn't in the right mindset. I didn't mind like this. I started it. I got out most of it. It went high of day. I even was patient. I thought I was adding to the backside winner here, But then when I was wrong, instead of just cutting it, I decided to only cut half. And then it went back up, looked like it was a fake out, so I added back. It shot right back up. I cut that add, came back down, added again because it looked like it was coming back down into that range again. I was wrong. It shot back up. I took it off. It started coming back down again, and it just kept faking me out. And I mean, that's like the most horrific thing I think I've ever seen. And I just wasn't there mentally, like at all. I mean, look at the P&L on this. It wasn't that bad, wasn't that bad, wasn't that bad. And then when it went high of day here is when I should have cut it for the entire position. But instead, look what I did. I let it eat me alive for no reason. And then that's what turned DTST into what that turned into. And it was just bad. It was just so bad. But again, you're going to have trades. You're going to have days where you are in that mindset and you just can't do anything about it. And that's why you have a max loss in place to prevent you from blowing up your account, essentially. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's there to protect you. When you are making your strategy, when you're coming up with your edge and you're finding that high probability play that you're going to be playing day in and day out, you're sober. Like, it's right now when you're not actually trading. You're looking at charts, you're looking at statistics. You're saying, well, I see that this happens a lot. So if I just do this, but if it doesn't work and it comes to this point, it's obviously not working anymore. I should cut there, right? If that's high of day, the odds of it are, to go higher are likely. So I should just cut it, right? That's what sober me is saying. But as you could see in the moment, sometimes your emotions get away from you and you need somebody to protect you just in case you don't follow your own rules. That's where having the max loss set into the broker really kind of helps. And if you can't do that, you really need to be able to look over at your unrealized. And if you see a certain number that you have preset, you have to just be able to hit the button. You have to be like, I can't go past this number because I know that I need to protect myself. So that's where the don't let one trade define you. That's where risk management, that's where all those things that I preach day in and day out really come into play, because without those things, you can really kind of get yourself in trouble. Yeah, Jag's not wrong. Days like that, you just need to lock the montage. So that's I think that's all I really have. I mean, the month was a pretty good month, other than that day. You erase that day and add, it would add a decent amount to that. We'd be looking pretty hot. So as far as the full year goes, we'll take a look at the chart. This is the full year from January all the way to the current. I mean, this was a max loss here. This was not a max loss. This was just a pretty decent loss. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was a pretty decent one. And then this was a max loss. But as you can see, every time we fit a max loss, they're pretty irregular. Most of my losses are kind of like these guys. So, I mean, you can see even all the way up. I think one of these might have been pretty close to max loss, but this is when we were trading, looking to make $30 a day. Somewhere in here, I think we were trying to make 40. This one was much bigger than usual because I think I had a bunch of share size in one trade that just didn't work. I don't remember what trade it was. I guess we could go look. What was it, on April 1st out of all days? Let's do it this way. So that one, I had a bunch of share size and it went to high day and gave us like a crap ton of slippage. And so we ended up losing like way more than we should have on that trade. WBT? What happened on WBT? I mean, look at my average losses. I mean, we can actually go look, but I mean, throughout the beginning, my average return's pretty low. But again, remember, we started that low when we first started this year because we were still trying to find consistency. Oh, didn't cut it high of day. Yeah. Oh, Envis, that's what it was. Brad, what's up, man? Hello. Hopefully you have a good weekend, kind sir. But yeah, I just remember I think our max loss was $250. at the time. It might have been 300. I don't remember. But I remember we got some crazy slippage. Yeah, look, there's one of the tags I was using. For some reason, it didn't come off of that one. But yeah, this is just one. It was volume out of nowhere, and we just got caught in it. There was definitely a chance to get out right here. Just realizing that this wasn't a fake out breakout, and then it continued higher. Should have been a cut. Instead, I was adding to it. Adding, and then just got roasted. So really nothing we could do about that one. Just a bad play on my part. I think we started it. How many shares? Yeah, we ended up with 250 shares. We only started that with 15 shares. Ended up at max loss with $343 loss. So it just goes to show you that if you get carried away, it's not that hard to get blasted out of the water. And you can see, I'm pretty sure my order was below. It was at like 16, probably 80 something, and we ended up getting filled at like 17 something because it just spiked. I mean, it just out of nowhere. I think the current high was probably where I stopped out, and it just blew through it, and we ended up getting the top of the fill there. Let's see if it's on here. Yeah, I think it was this candle here. So it was like 90, maybe something like that, and then it spiked up on this candle and just got us. Very frustrating. But yeah, that was kind of a big loser. But I was just showing you that so when we're looking at the overall chart, every time we have one of those losses, we've been doing really well and not letting it get to us. We jumped right back on the saddle and just started chipping away. Like Brian has always said, and it's such a good saying, it's just lost time. So just shot you the data for the first 2 weeks in summary. Powerful tool. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, Colin, emotions, man, they suck. Good night, Jag. Appreciate you stopping by, man. All right, let's see. But yeah, you can see every time we've kind of hit some losses, we've, and again, with the market being slow, kind of forced some trades more so than usual. And thankfully, we've been doing really good mentally. And seeing this chart, especially right now, it's real easy to start to, believing yourself. Back here, still didn't believe it. Around here, still didn't believe it. And then we started having like a real dry spell. This was a real slow week. And we started to kind of chip away, started doing pretty well. And then we had the max loss, right? So even like right here, still don't believe it. Then we get back up to like right here. And as we're about to kind of get back through that area, we take a little bit of a loss and start to go back up. And right around here, when we started to break this point, I wanted to say is when I started to believe it. Like I started to believe that we're on to something. Because that was a pretty brutal loss. So to come back from that loss, not only recover it, but then just keep on trucking, knowing that in the past, if we go back and look at the overview when MVIS or MTSI and LYV, if we go look at what those did, I mean, those took away months of gains, where now when I have a max loss, it's literally taking away what should be 6 days of gains. This is MTSI right here. This big old drop, or actually, this is MTSI right here. This was OCX. Yeah, I still try to forget that one, but this was right before I joined ISW. This was OCX. This is the start of ISW when I just kept everything simple. I was just learning, and then I didn't have any risk management, obviously, because I went literally from February 8th is when I started with in ISW. So let's see, that's 3 months, 5-6. I was at the high there, 3 months to get there, and in one day I gave back 3 months of gains. 3 months, one day. That's completely unacceptable. Pretty much was kind of like, what do I do? You can see I took the month of June off while I figured out what I was going to do, saved up some money, because I was basically blown up at this point. I had less than $1,000 in my account. And I added more money back, started to build it back up, I don't even remember why I stalled out here, but then started to go, and then LYV hit. And what was this? We'll go from like right here. So September all the way to December. So what's that? That's 4 months? No, 3 months again. So again, 3 months worth of gains gone in one trade. And I started to realize, that was when I realized, like, yeah, sure, I'm going up, up, up kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm not, every time I run into that one trade where all, that, what was it, Envis or Exas, EXAS, or DTST, or GLOP, GLOP, like all those ones that ended up being max losses, they would have been these. They would have been MTSI. They would have been LYV. And throughout from December 2019 all the way until here, which was December of 2020. So a whole year, essentially, I spent trying, this is Tinker Tim. If I could draw a line from here to here, it would just be a big T for Tinker Tim, because I just tried anything and everything. Basically, I was trying to trade like Brian, but with risk management. And I just couldn't figure it out. I was trying single entry trades. I was trying backside. I tried everything. And all I did was dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And I was, I was at rock bottom. I was at rock bottom. And hey, what's up, Mr. Nice? Looking at August 1st chart, would you space out entries or change MAC loss at all from those two pullbacks in month to date growth? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, did I? Yeah. So I'll show that. I'll tell you that in a sec. But the new year hit, and I remember just kind of sitting there, like thinking to myself, I am just completely, like, I felt like I was failing. I felt like I was failing, because I was always keeping track. I was looking at this, and I mean, this doesn't look good. I'm going the wrong direction, right? I was like, great, I'm the 90%. I'm failing. My head was just in the wrong place, and I told myself, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I don't even remember, to be completely honest. I just remember waking up one day, and I was having a conversation with the wife that morning, and I literally looked at her, and she had asked me how things have been going, and we were having kind of an open conversation just about us and life, the kids, everything. And I straight up told her, I was like, I'm not sure if trading's going to work out. I told her, I was like, I can't figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't figure it out. I was there. I was at a very, very low point. I mean, it doesn't obviously get much lower than this. I mean, I was as low as I've been throughout my entire career. And, throughout that conversation, she was obviously being very supportive, but at the same time, like saying, you got to do what's best for the family. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. It's literally what I said. I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I knew throughout this entire time, I was trying to replicate these two upswings. This one before MTSI and this one before LYV. Because it was working. Everything was working. It came down to two trades. There was nothing wrong with the strategy. There was something wrong with me. And the one thing that I did not have, a max loss. A max loss. And throughout all of this whole year of 2020, I was using max losses. So it was the one thing that was introduced to me, thank you, David, that I wasn't using. So, but I never tried just trading like I was over here, but with a max loss. So all I did was I said, fuck it. I went back and watched pretty much all of my videos from during both of these periods, minus obviously MTSI and LYV. And I said, okay, I see what I was doing, but now I have all this experience, all this knowledge that I've built throughout this entire year of trying to tinker. I knew what doesn't work. I knew what works. I have way more experience looking at the charts. And I just said, let's trade. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the fundamentals with all of this new knowledge and just trade. But we're going to have a max loss. That was literally all I did. Now, granted, over the past couple of days, David has humbled me quite a bit, making me understand that he was like, some days I still lay in bed and wonder how you trade the way you do. And to me, I took that as, huh? Because to me, the way I trade is so simple. I wait for an intense move. I wait for it to get to a key level. I get in, and then I look to take profit. And then, he started saying, well, what if you do this? Here, I'll read some of the questions he asked. And it made me realize that what I am doing does have its complications. Hold on, let me... Give me one sec. I think I'm right here. Somewhere in here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It just jumped on me. What the heck? All right, let me search. All right, I found it. So he started this off with, "Hey, Mom. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening." He said, "I've been watching you trade for years and still scratch my head." And I said, wait for fast, wait for key levels, double click here, hit load, enter trade when it gets to that key level. And he said, okay, what's fast? And I said, scanner. And he said, what's jiggle? And I said, skipping of price when ask is only being hit. Jiggle is when the ask stops getting hit nonstop. And I was like, I have answers to these questions. And he said, trust me, it ain't that easy. You'll learn that once you start trying to teach people your way, LOL. And he was like, you probably don't realize how many Tim filters you have that make you successful. And I said, apparently not. And he said, like, for example, when you say the daily is poop, what makes you hit the button on one that is poop versus another one that is poop that you don't hit the button? And, I was saying things like, well, the extension through yesterday's high. And I even said, I was like, I like this. Keep asking me questions. And he said, why do you look at the daily if extension through yesterday's high is all that matters? And he said, see what I'm saying? You have filters that all come together in a nice little package that tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to cut, et cetera, et cetera. And then let's see. I know he asked some more questions here. Because we started talking about something else. So, okay, like when do you trade earnings versus not traded earnings? What's your market cap limit? How many shares available do you need to have to take the trade? How fast does a move need to be to get you interested? Because there are a lot of alerts that on the scanner that you might avoid. He started, just asking all these questions made me realize that what I have been doing on a daily basis is the culmination of all this that I've learned over the years that I didn't even realize I was doing things just because, I know them like the back of my hand at this point. There's a lot that goes into when I pull up a chart that I see that I don't even realize I'm filtering because it's just natural at this point. Like it's something that I just do automatically without having to go through like a checklist. It's just something that I look at. And if it has that, I guess it just, clicks in my head. And I didn't even I didn't even realize I'm doing that. So it's like until somebody really kind of stepped up and was like, yo, you are doing this and that and this and that and this and this and this and this, and then you do that, and then you do this and then you do that, and it's like I don't even realize like I'm doing that. I feel like I'm just doing this and then that, where there's like 50 other things that apparently that I'm looking for that I don't even realize that I'm looking for. And that's where you get into that part where no matter what somebody tries to teach you, and like I was trying to tell David, you can ask me a question and I will have an answer for every question that you ask, because I know the ins, the outs, the ifs, the whats, the buts, the everything about my strategy. But that doesn't mean I can just put it on a piece of paper, hand it to somebody else, and they can make it work. Because he's right. That's not true. Because a lot of the entries that I get, you wouldn't be able to get if you were following me, because they happen so fast. You wouldn't be able to get a lot of the take profits that I get because they happen so fast. You wouldn't necessarily cut at a certain place that I cut because you're not reading the price action like I am, and that's why you should never follow somebody in the first place, is because they probably have some kind of experience doing what they're doing that you don't have. So we could both get in the trade at the same time, and it can make the exact same move, whether it be up or down. And, say it goes up and then down, but I might make money and you might not make money, even though we got in at the same price. And that does happen with me and some others. It's part of the deal sometimes, just because my rules are different than someone else's rules. If something goes high of day and fakes out, my rules say it cut at high of day. Their rules say, let's see what it does at high of day, and then it ends up working out. But guess what? Every time it does go high of day and it continues higher and they end up with a bigger loss, I cut a high of day for a smaller loss. And, so to me, those things, it's all about what you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable letting something go to see if it's a fake out, and then, seeing if it can become a winner? But you're risking it continuing, possibly squeezing, and then putting you into a tough spot, and then that's where the risk comes into play, risk versus reward. And it's just, it all comes down to personality, how you want to trade, and there's just a lot of things that go into it. And I didn't realize how much really is going into what I do until, David kind of confronted me about it. And I don't mean like confronted in a bad way, but just more so, there's a lot that goes into what I do, and I didn't even realize it. So there's really no other way to put it. But yeah, let me show you guys one more thing. I actually thought this was really cool. I actually just showed David this. But if you go back to when I first started and you go to the end of 2020, just to maybe give you guys a little bit of inspiration. When I said I was at my all-time low, it's because I was. I mean, look at this. Ups and downs, ISW, had to run MTSI, blah, 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 LYV, Tinker Tim, all the way to the end of 2020. Is there any part of you that if you were looking at this would think that what happens next is actually what happens next? Because I can tell you at this point, at the end of 2020, I did not think that there was going to be a turn for the good at all. But if we get rid of it, it's a pretty big shift in events. If it ever wants to load. Come on, baby. There we go. That was right here. You can see we actually went a little bit down at the beginning of the year. I think we just ran into a couple bad trades at the beginning, but look at what happened since. Again, everyone asked me, like, what was your light bulb moment? I don't really know what my light bulb moment. I always keep trying to explain it like, imagine building a machine that requires a bunch of gears. Well, this section here was one gear, another gear, another gear, another gear, another gear, you know, all these gears being put together. And then right here, I said, fuck it. I don't know if this machine's ready to be put together with the gears that we have, but let's just throw them all together and see if they work. And this is the machine that it built. So that's really the best way that I can explain kind of what happened. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Such a guru thing to say. My results are not typical. Do not follow me. Abdel, what's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully you've been trading well. The chart is gold. Yeah. Well, that's like I'm saying. At this point right here, you know, looking from the past to there, like, would you ever think that was next? I would have called bullshit for a long time. There's no way you could tell me that this is what would be happening. And you can't tell me it's because the market's hot, or you can't tell me we're in a bear market. Try to tell me we're in a bear market. Looking at the daily on the SPY. If it'll let me get back. Come on. I mean, look at this. So here's 2020. The end of 2020. Or I'm trying to get the date. Where is it? Right near somewhere. So you can't tell me that, you know, because I only short. I'm very short biased. You can't tell me we're in a bear market, so that's the reason I'm doing good. I mean, we're at all-time highs, and it just keeps on going. So I'm not being cocky. I am being confident that I figured something out. I figured it out. At the very beginning of the year, I would have to go back and watch my trades because I don't even know what I was using for my like risk, my max loss and all that good stuff. But I do know along the way I was refining it. But I had a basic system in place that I wanted to trade to make quota in 3 to 4 trades, and I had a max loss. At the time, I didn't know I wanted my max loss to be 6Q, or 6 times what my daily goal is. But you know, somewhere along the lines, that's what it ended up being. I want to say it was after this first big loss, the one that we were talking about, Envis, earlier, because I think that loss was too big for what I was making, because I was only making $30, or I was aiming to make $30 a day, but I'm pretty sure my max loss was set at 300, and then I got that slippage, so I ended up losing like 340. And I remember saying like 10x, that's 10 days. I felt like that was too much, and I was saying, I went back and started to look, you know, besides that one trade on Envis, what's the furthest a trade went against me before possibly working? And we were talking like $90, something like that, which if I was trying to make $30, you know, that's only 3 times my goal. So I said, let's bring it down to 6. I originally said 5, but I thought that might be just a little bit too close, because I was like, well, if I have one max loss day, I could just make it back in a week. But I felt like that was too close, so I said, let's go to 6, just in case, to give that little bit of extra wiggle room. And I still don't really, unless I get that one bad trade, or, you know, just go emotionally off a cliff that day, like with DT, SC, and GLOP, I don't even really come within half of that. I would say an average trade that goes against me pretty good, I end up down about 3 times my daily goal. And I really don't get past that too much. So part of me kind of wants to lower that even more, but at the same time, I do, as I want to get more aggressive, I want to still have that room just in case I need that one more ad. Because one of the big problems during this stretch here was when I was trying to use a really close max loss, I would get into a single entry trade and it would go up and it would almost tag out my max loss for that trade. It was really close though, so it wasn't a lot, but I was trying to only do single entry trades. I wouldn't be able to add to that because part of the system I was using at the time was I could add to a trade, but I have to make sure I don't hit my max loss. And if I get too close to that max loss, I can't add to the trade. And if I can't add to the trade, then I can't get my average up, and then when it tries to work, I'm just fighting a losing trade at that point. I would basically be looking for it to come back down just to make it less of a losing trade, and that's not what I want. I want to be able to trade the chart, and so that's why I wanted to keep that wiggle room. And I felt like 6x wasn't that bad because that's a week and a day to make back a max loss, which almost never happens. I felt like that wasn't that bad. It was just some lost time, and as you can see, that's been the case. Every time I took a max loss, it took a little bit to get it back. But, and again, in a slower market, it took longer than 6 days because I wasn't making my goal every day. But it was just lost time, right? So I took the max loss. Who cares? Just keep going. Max loss. Well, I don't think this was a max loss, but a bigger loss. Keep going. Max loss here. Keep going. It's just lost time. That's really all it is. You got to keep remembering what the end objective is. You have to remember that what you're doing is working, and you just have to keep at it. But that's the truth. I mean, I've been saying it the entire time, pretty much ever since LYV trade. I came up with the two major rules that you need to be a profitable trader: risk management and consistency. If you have risk management, it will keep you in the game. When you find consistency, this is what it looks like. And if you have both of those in place, you're going to be successful. And I really do think that we're on the way to finally being successful. August of this year, the end of August of this year. So we're going into August, the end of next month. That would be 3 years for me. I am hoping that by the end of August, we will be making that over $100 a week. That I hopefully will be up above. That would just require 2 weeks of hitting our goal, our average goal for the week, because we're doing $25 from here. So we'll go from 50 to 75, 75 to 100. So just 2 weeks of next month, I have to hit that daily average, and we will be at that coveted $100 a day. And I'm going to keep doing that until we get to 200. And then when we're at 200, we're going to do it every month instead of every week, where I want to average $200 a day for an entire month. And then once we hit that, we'll go up to 300, and then 400, and then 500. And I plan to do that all the way to 1,000. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And I was talking to David saying, I can't believe, when we're trying to make $200 a day, my max loss is going to be $1,200. Yeah. To me, that's mind-boggling, because that's what I lost on OCX. Let's see. I think it was OCX or it was MTSI. It was one of the two. Let's go buy return. It was OCX. OCX was the big one, but that was the only time I ever did that, and that was probably the worst feeling I've ever had in trading. It was bad. I mean, look at MTSI. It was literally only 2.79% move, and I lost that much. Just pathetic. Yep. Yes, Abdel. I have increased size. I went from 30 to 40, and I have since went from 40 to 50. This was actually our first week at 50, and I mean, we did pretty well. I mean, I can't really complain. We didn't quite get there. Let me pull up the calendar, actually. Maybe we can get rid of that. I'm actually curious to see the calendar for the entire month. I mean, minus that one really bad day, we did pretty well. So with 50, we made 31.50, 51.06, 32.02, basically 50, 49.96, and then today 29.45. But again, look, 3 trades, 2 trades, 2 trades, 4 trades, 3 trades. Just not getting a lot of trades. And even when we were getting a lot of trades, they were a lot of afternoon trades. So I was going like really small because they were, the Vaughn trades. And here, I don't really know how we ended up with 8 trades. I'm actually going to say. Yeah, I mean, look at the returns on these. There are a lot of break-even trades. That's probably why, because I was getting annoyed that we were getting all these break-even trades. What time were these? Yeah, see, they were all later in the day. And I was just starting them small and not wanting to, get too crazy with them. But how the locate's been with IB lately? I've seen a lot regular short? Regulated shorts? Regular shorts? I mean, they've been fine. I haven't seen any issues. Yeah. This was my first day of trading ever, August 21st. And I ended up losing all this money. $5,000 account. This was my first day of trading. I was trying to trade like a good old mullet man. Redhead mullet man. Yeah, IB is awesome because you either have the shares or you don't. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just get the shares or you don't. Oh, yeah, let's check this out. Let me make sure you guys can't see anything crazy. So I was getting some new thumbnails done for the live streams since I post, every Friday and every morning, and I went to Fiverr just to see what they could do for me. Let's see what we got here. Okay. I kind of like this. I kind of like this. I really wish he would. I gave him the. I totally forgot to tell him to include the ISW and TraderSync in there. I did. And all right, here's the other one for Friday night. Okay. Okay, I actually really like this one. I have Canva. I made my current ones and I hate them. And I was just like, you know what? Let me spend $10 and see what somebody else can do for me. I do actually really like this one. I want him to include the ISW. Let me see. Are you pleased? Let's say no. I still need revisions. All right, let's see what happens with that. These pics were actually old. They were from Canva. All I did was I took them off Canva and I just removed the background for him and then sent them. I almost kind of want him to just get rid of the volatility trading up here too. I feel like that one doesn't really look right. Like I feel like it would look better without that. But I do think that if he incorporated ISW and TraderSync logos down here, it would look good. This one I actually really like. Simplistic, gets the point across. Kind of, kind of catchy looking. He's got some good like glow effects in there, the lighting. I mean, for $5, that's not bad. Put it together pretty quick. I feel like the arrow could maybe be moved over just a little bit. I don't know. I think that kind of looks good because it kind of separates it. That's pretty. I really like that. I'm actually impressed with that one. I like that one. Oops. We'll see what he See what he comes back with for this one. But a red, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I guess I liked it because it kind of blends. You do make a good point. All right. Let me tease you a little bit. Did you start working out? I did. I'm down 15 pounds right now, believe it or not. I actually did really well today. I mean, it's pizza day, so I actually haven't been eating pizza on pizza day, but today I did because I didn't really eat much throughout the day. All right. Let's ditch that. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Have questions? I don't think we're gonna play poker tonight. I don't think the normal people that usually play are here. So I was just gonna hang out for a little bit and then go from there. Oliver, the profit factor there, man. I like it. 70% win rate. Good stuff. I'm gonna send this to them right now. All right, get that set up. No, the chicken breast. Yeah, dude. That's pretty much all I eat. Chicken, fish. I will eat ground beef. Been eating a lot more veggies. I've been using the Instant Pot to make steamed broccoli. I'm getting pretty good at that. Rice. I love rice. I'll never get away from rice. I'm more of a if it fits your macros kind of guy. So, all right, let's put this back. Any other questions? If not, I'll probably just head on out. Try to get some sleep. I have to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. I actually still have to prep the ribs that I'm smoking tomorrow morning. I have to get up at 5 o'clock to start the smoker and get them on the grill and everything. To have them ready for lunch at 1. Should be fun. And easy cook, but just having to get up that early always sucks, especially on a Saturday. So I got Colin set up. I have Oliver's email. I have to get Constantine's, and then Jag, I think, is going to email me as well. So, alrighty. If you guys aren't in the Discord, feel free to join that as well. Come on in and hang out. I posted a picture of my wife putting, she said I had blackheads on my nose, so she put some mask on me. Thing effing hurt when it came off, let me tell you. Your shirt? I'm always wearing your shirt. I actually just bought some new shirts. Wonder where they are. What do you mean leave without sending comments? Or just it done. Oh, jeez, I didn't even submit that. Fun times. Alright, so now he's got that. I wonder if I download this one. Or is it gonna be... Yeah, it still has all the Fiverr stuff on the back. I blame David for me having to go to Fiverr. You may steal the look, but never the presence, the essence, the smell of Enrique. Balamos! You crack me up with that stuff. But yeah, just to show you. This was me about an hour before the stream. I was sending him all the stuff. Alright, let's see. So here's all my thumbnails that I used for the channel. Let's go back to some of the OGs. Yeah, buddy, look at that. The old pop and drop with a screen in the background. Oh, we've come so far. That's some pretty decent ones back in the day. I actually liked it when they were kind of simple. But YouTube kind of took a turn for this little bit more of like a flashy with your face on it and all the stuff being outlined. And I'm just trying to keep up, guys. I'm just trying to keep up. I mean, these are pretty good. Can't really complain. Oh, I still call it a pop and drop. I mean, that's my name for it. Always has been. I could have did a lot better on this thumbnail, but I don't think the thumbnail really mattered. But yeah, the intro that you guys see, that's something that I made here on Canva. When you guys hit join underneath like where the chat is, this is where I made that as well. Which I think I need to add Drew back in there, because I think he had said he had an issue, but then he fixed it. Let me see. The little cartoon guy? I did too. I actually really liked him. He was I just thought it was cool to use him because it kind of looked like me. Oh yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well then, so someone else left. So Drew came back, but then someone else left. What is this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's add Drew back. But then who left? GDT and Thomas are there. Victor, Circuit, DM, and Colin. Am I miscounting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What the heck? Maybe, so there is 11. It just didn't come up right on the total members thing. Thomas, not even a chance. I mean, I would still put a little bit of, you know, attempt into the thumbnails, but I would It would not matter whatsoever. I would not give a rat's ass. If I was making 5K a day, I would probably have somebody else doing all of this for me. Like I would show up, I would do the 5K a day, and I would just let someone else do everything else. I'll teach my son how to do it. Pay him. It's probably what I'll end up doing anyway. All right, so that's downloading. Hey, you guys can just get a little sneak peek into how I do all this. I'll even make my Premiere the size over here so you guys can see it. I guess we can just get out of this. Yeah, you're right. I could write off the taxes. You're not wrong. That's like when I'm sitting here thinking of buying these computer parts to upgrade my computer. All I can think about is I can write it off. It's kind of great. All right, let's get you back in here, Drew, so I don't have to worry about this on Monday. Can't even talk. All right, let's see if this lets me drag it in. It never does. Oh, it did today. Sweet. All right, good there. Now I just need to go in OBS and add him back to each of the tickers. You guys that hit the join button, you guys know I love you. Definitely not necessary, but showing your support, very much appreciated. Just lets me know I'm doing something right, you know? I've said it since the beginning that this channel was made to document my journey, but at the same time, I was not going to go out of my way to try to cater to the 90%. So I'm never wrong in my mind. That's so true. You want to play your celebration dance for the good week? Oh yeah, of course. That's good. I like it. Let's we got to go back to the studio first. Go to YouTube. And speaking of which, look at us go. We're almost to 3,500 already. Starting to take off a little bit. Get the 5K, I'll be like, who am I? Today's hostile takeover? Oh, is this where you get Ross in here, don't you? Oh, it's not Ross, it's the other guy. I don't even know who that is. You should start making more of these. Count Dracula interrupts volatility trading. Ah! Good old mirror. I miss these. Oh, here's the Ross one. Ah! It's Ross. Yeah, look, this is when I was doing Twitch. It's Christmas. See, CGDT. I was the original Twitch day trader. Oh, here it is. Volatility trading celebrates another winning trade. Oh yeah. Love it. I love it. I think we're gonna end on that because I think that was a good place to end. I appreciate y'all being here. I'll give you one more thing to look at. My kids made me some dinosaurs and they colored them for me. Be jealous. Be very jealous. And now they're on my keyboard forever. I appreciate y'all being here. I really do. Congrats to all the winners from tonight, the giveaway, the ISW, and the TraderSync. And I will see you guys Monday morning. Hopefully you have a good weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace!